Hi, I'm Chef Andrew at Delanima. Today we're going to make our ricotta stuffed French toast, and we're going to start from scratch. First off, we're going to melt some butter. It's about 20 or 6.5 ounces of butter. And while the butter's melting, we're going to get our dry ingredients. We got about 1.5 cups of flour, 1.5 cups of sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We're gonna crack our eggs in. That's 4 eggs. Try to make a little pouch in the middle so we can crack our eggs in there. We have milk, about 2 cups, and about 1 cup of heavy cream, and then vanilla extract, about 2 tablespoons. So all that's going to get mixed together slowly, not to spill anything. The reason we use milk and heavy cream is to keep it thick with the heavy cream, and it makes it lighter after you whisk it. And the milk, just love milk. So now that our butter is almost melted, we have this, a nice base for our French toast. We're gonna start on our ricotta. The ricotta is definitely thicker, so you can see what we have here. And we're gonna use about, I'd say, a pint of ricotta cheese. We're just gonna pull that out. And now we're gonna take 2 oranges, 2 lemons, and zest them with the microplane. When you're zesting, always just zest down. Don't go back and forth. Just zest one stripe, because you don't want to take off your the peel, just the outer skin. This recipe was actually made by my head brunch cook, so I'm giving props to him, Ben Janowski. Hell of a guy. After we have that zest, we're going to set that aside real quick and whisk in our butter. So this is going to give it a little more richness, obviously from the cream, the butter, the milk, lots of good sugar in there. So the batter is nice and loose, it's not too thick, it's all together. Give it a taste. So now that we have that ready, we're gonna let that sit for a little while, let it all come together. And we're gonna add to our ricotta 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then we're gonna go ahead and put some gloves on and mix this up with our hands. And this is the stuffing for the ricotta stuffed French toast. Like I said, it'll serve about 4 to 5. So we're mixing this all up. It's always fun to use your hands. Make sure you use gloves though, or you're gonna get nice and sticky. So now that that's all mixed up and our French toast batter is sat for a few minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and cut our toast. So here we use a very hearty, thick bread. This is actually the bread for our bruschetta that we serve at night, so we like to reuse. So just gonna go ahead and cut in the middle, and you can see it's a nice hearty bread. And we're gonna go on the biased and cut nice long thick slices. All right, we'll do 3. So here now we have our bread all set. We're gonna let it soak for a good minute. The longer you let it soak, the more the batter it'll soak up and the more flavor you'll have. I'd say a solid 3, 4, 5 minutes. If you soak it too long, it's gonna get mushy, and the sugar in here, it's gonna over caramelize on your hot pan, and that means it's gonna be burnt, and that's the last thing we want, is burnt French toast. So we have our bread in the batter. soaking it up. Now, here I have a plancha, but I suggest a simple griddle or a simple non-stick saute pan. So after that, we've soaked for about 2-3 minutes. We're good. We're gonna go ahead and put our French toast on the plancha. You wanna do it at medium-low heat. So we have our griddle right here. Get our toast on there, nice and sizzling. We're also going to cook this in the oven, so our ricotta will melt into the French toast. Keep your spatula close. The reason we use a non-stick, it has the egg in there, and the egg will stick to the pan. You can have your oven at about 300 degrees. Simple, not too hot, right in the middle, perfect. I have small metal plates, but I'd suggest using like a cookie sheet to put these on. And now we're gonna take these bad boys off and get ready to stuff them. All right, so you can see our toast has a nice color on it. Now we're gonna stuff it with the ricotta. Just take a simple spoon. Your ricotta is nice and whipped and light. And we're just gonna move it all around there. Top it, just like a sandwich. So that lemon zest, orange zest, and the good sugar is gonna melt into the bread. And then after this, once it goes in the oven, we're gonna make our sauce. So I'm gonna go in the oven with these now, and now we're gonna say about 4 to 5 minutes at 300. While the French toast is cooking, we're gonna make a sauce. We're gonna use blueberries, raspberries, and white currants. So it's gonna be a very unctuous, fruity sauce. So we're gonna start off with about a half pat of butter, and we're gonna let that brown. And we're gonna clean some currants. The French toast has been in for about a minute, 2 minutes. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes. Pull it out, let it rest, so the ricotta can kind of cool off and get a little more coagulated, because it's going to be a mess. You don't want to cut into it right away. So while the butter's melting, we're going to add a few currants, a few raspberries, beautiful raspberries. And who doesn't like fruit on their French toast? Communists. Add a touch of sugar, just a pinch. Gonna let that brown up over medium-high heat. And we're just gonna use water, pipe stock, to bring the sauce together. And make sure you save a few berries to show as a garnish. All right. So our French toast is out. Our sauce is almost done. Gonna add a little bit of water. Gonna let that reduce down. Plates are hot. All right, moment of truth. All right, and our berry sauce. A couple more raspberries. Couple more fresh blueberries. This is our ricotta stuffed French toast at Delanima with a raspberry, blueberry, and white currants.